Yo, what's happening, man? We in the building once again, man. Got my boy Gullah Gbere. How you say it again? Gullah. I
Fuck
had it the
out
other
your
day.
head, nigga. You wild. Gullah Geechee, nigga.
Good
Gullah
with it, man.
Geechee. Gullah Jabr. That's how you say that, Joe.
Y'all niggas
Got
is
my
gold.
dog in the
Shout out.
building, man. Gullah with the monkey talk. Man, what's going on with you, Gullah?
What's good with it, bro?
Ain't too much, man. In this joint chilling, man. Got the God killing the building. What's up,
Oh
dog?
yeah.
Hey man, what's good with you? What's good with you? Got a grrrt.
I messed it all the way up yesterday.
Man, you tripping.
Yeah, man. He
Yeah,
about to go ahead
yeah.
and knock out this you know what I'm saying, all we monkeys presentation.
Oh
You know what I
yeah.
mean? You know what I'm saying? You already know we're gonna open the lines a little bit, man, and let the people come, speak what they
Speak.
want, ask their questions and all of that. But I ain't gonna hold it off too long, man. We gonna jump right in, Gullah.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure, man. It's a continuation of yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Break it in, get the conclusion in. I wanted to get the conclusion out. You know what I'm saying? So we finna get it in. You know what I'm saying? All humans monkeys. Finna get to the you know what I'm saying? Get to the wrap up of this. 1 minute.
Yes, indeed. And we got a couple of people want to shout out in the building real quick, man. Black Sun 43. What's happening with you, man? Got our Sonic in the building. He said he got a response on MySpace later. we gonna
Yeah,
check you out, man. See what
yeah,
your
I'm looking
response
forward.
is.
Yeah, I'm looking forward for that.
Right, right. Yes, indeed, man. And
Yeah,
man,
man.
y'all,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah. If we finna get them, we left off on yesterday. You know, I had to break down. You know what I'm saying? The social issues, the colloquial terms, monkey. You know what I'm saying? The scars it left, the baggage it left behind. I even got into humans being animals. You know, we're animals, mammals, and all that things of that nature, and even us down to us being primates, and even all the other things we are too. You know what I'm saying? All down the genealogical phylotic tree. So all the way down to primates, you know what I'm saying? I even broke down all the connections that we have to other primates in that family, even the diseases and everything. And all this, you know what I'm saying, is acknowledgeable due to monophyly genetics and cladistics and all that. I even told y'all even how all that even changed, during the age of DNA, and how even the DNA, matched up of the monophyletic model. Because you have the three models of cladistics: monophyly, paraphyletic, and polyphyletic. And I'm gonna continue to show you these, these patterns of monophyly and examples of it, as I continue through this journey, what I'm saying, of science and history. Right here we got are humans monkeys under monophyly? And I think yes. You know what I'm saying? If monkeys include New World and Old World monkeys, but exclude apes, then descendants of the simian and ancestors are excluded. That makes the monkey paraphyletic, and that's not a standard in modern cladistics. They don't use paraphyletic. Only using paraphyletic is for, like I mentioned, it's only for communicational purposes or introduction to biology and used in scientific communication. And they say and also in cladistic logic allow only two consistent options. It's only two: either expand monkeys to include apes and humans, you know what I'm saying, in science, or just treat monkey informal and just don't say monkey at all. Just use the scientific terms. But that'll be hard to do because we what I'm saying, we also have our social world everyday talk. So it's sometimes you might have to merge science into the colloquial, same way we did apes, and I explained that earlier yesterday too. And even under strict monophyly, which I like, you know what I'm saying, that's my preference, you know, model of using, you know, this particular subject in science. Under strict monophyly, including humans will while including their ancestors is inconsistent. So, you know, if you leave out humans and just say you come from a common ancestor and leave it out and don't tell the whole thing, you know what I'm saying, that's just usually paraphyletic, and that's not, you know, that's not in the form of a strict way. So if monkeys refer to the simian lineage, humans fall within that lineage. And you see right here on this tree, on this cladistic tree right here, I showed this yesterday. That's where we left off at. See, we got monkey right here. You know what I'm saying? Or this is the simians. Scientifically, this would be the simian clade. And then right here, people that don't understand cladistics, when you see this branch, these two branches, either two or more branches that branch off from one line, that's called a node, or it's called a clad point, where you have the common ancestor and you have the descendants branching off. So right here you have simian, and at this point, everything from this point on is the descendant of this. If simians are classified as monkeys, then everything after this have to be monkeys. You know, if you cut one off, that would be paraphyletic. You see, got the apes. You know, even apes, You know, what I'm saying, branched off from the Catarines. Talked about the Catarines last time. No, we not just monkeys. We or simians. We are Catarine monkeys or Catarine simians. You have the new, which are old world monkeys in general. You have you have the new world monkeys, which is the Platarines. All the monkeys that's in the, you know, the Americas. The old world monkeys or the Catarines are all the monkeys that's in Africa and Asia, including the apes, including the serial pithecioids, which is the modern old world monkeys. You know, or you don't have to call them monkeys. If you call them monkeys, you got to call the gorilla. You got to call apes monkeys too, because they all fall up under the same nested hierarchy. You know, a box within a box within the box, or just like the Russian dolls. I'll give you another example because we've been talking about primates. Just give you another example. This rule doesn't just go to primates. This is for the whole philo tree. And I showed that too. You know, when I showed the examples of, you know, the different cladistic you know, orders from the domain, the kingdom, you know, the phylum, the genus, the species, and all that. They all fall within, you know, in the different orders. Well, here you have parallel cases and cladistic classification. This logic is not unique to primates, you know, birds or dinosaurs in a strict sense. And even you know, birds let us know, like I showed, like the connection with primates, you know, what primates all have together, like from the diseases, you know, having complex social behaviors and all that in common. Birds, even all the way down to dinosaurs, have the same, you know, certain, you know, things in common. Particularly they have the holes in their hip bones, and they have particular tail bones that all are distinct. You can even see the legs and the thigh bones right here, and all of them, you know, have that same, you know what I'm saying, trait, and fall up in the same order. You see the node right here, this node where it dot, or you can call it the clad point, all dinosaurs. These are particularly theropods, theropedia, them type of dinosaurs. Even the brontosaurus, the long, dinosaur with the long neck. Even that have like bird traits, especially when you're dealing with the way that it breathes, the lungs. Even certain the bone structures. You got the same, saying thigh bones. That even the bipedal dinosaurs like this have, like more like modern birds. And the two is a fact too. A lot of people might not know this, but birds are the only living descendants of dinosaurs still alive. Alligators and lizards and all that, they lived back in the day, but they come from other ancient reptiles. All ancient reptiles are not dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are only the reptiles that paved the way for modern birds in their particular lineage, in the Dinosauria lineage that you see right here. You have Dinosauria, Theropodia, Menoraptoria, Paraves, Aviale, or Avial. Like when brother says, he say birds or avial dinosaurs. That's exactly what they are, avial dinosaurs. And then you have the order Avis. Avis is all birds today. So brother said when you see him with the birds in the back, he literally got dinosaurs in his house right now. There's another more maps. Show you the connection. We see right here, you see the certain triceratops right here at the top. All of them got that same, the same type of bones. You see the foot bones right here. They all have those same type of toe bones. They have, have those same, that even like the way that their hip bone lined up, lined up to the thigh, to the socket is all the same. Even the way the modern bird wings, or even the arm bones, this part is still like, even though when certain dinosaurs didn't have wings, but the particular bones is in the shoulder bones is all the same. Birds never stop being dinosaurs. In the same way, another parallel, parallel cladistics other than primates. Whales. Whales are artiodactyls. That's a new word for y'all. If y'all didn't know that, artodactyls, and orthodactyls. That's the scientific term, but orthodactyls is basically hoof, even-toed hoof mammals. A lot of other, a lot of herbivores and a lot of grazing animals fall up under that order. They fall up under the same family as whales. So they nested in the same hierarchy as whales. From your camels, horses. Horses are the eye-toed, the eye-toed species. There's really not a lot under that species. Even the rhinoceros, what they call them, tamarins. You got tamarins in South America. Even the tamarins in South America, they are they are the closest relative to the ancestor of the oldest ancestor of the horses. There was because the ancient ancestor of horses actually come out of the Americas. When they had 4 toes. Saying even the tamarin in South America still have that type of toe structure of the ancestor of horses. Saying before they develop, the single hoof. Even the single hoof itself is a big middle toe. They still have the vestigial toes, the 4 toes, but it just formed inside the ankle bone. You know what I'm saying? In more modern time. And you can see here, you see the at the bottom, you see hippos, you see whales, all the well pigs, cows. Even like you look at all these cows, pigs, goats, camels. They all have the same type of toes. They have the even toe, with the hooves with the split. Even whales, even they're aquatic mammals now, and you look at their bones and their fins, they still have those same type of toes and bones and things of that nature in their fins. The same way that their terrestrial ancestors had, or their ancestors that were land walkers had. And the hippo is the actual closest relative to whale to the last ancestors of whales before they went into the water. So hippos is the closest relative to whales that is still a terrestrial animal. So when you're looking at technically when you're looking at a hippo, you're looking at a land whale or a river whale. The whales evolved from within the even-toed hoof mammals and remain or artiodactyls despite their aquatic forms. Even though they're aquatic, they're still mammals. They still got to come up and breathe air. They're still warm-blooded. They still give placentile birth. In whales, whales feed their babies, with milk, with the mammalia gland. And so today the clade is often called Certiodactylia because it includes whales, dolphins, porpoises. Porpoises is like like the what they call it, the whale. It's the whale like Drake, big forehead whale. I think they call. I forgot. I think it's like the narwhal. Yeah, the narwhal whale. The beluga whales. All different type of whales and dolphins. Porpoises. Classic, the classic even-toed hoof mammals: deers, cows, pigs, camels, as I mentioned. Hippos. And like right here, say hippos, their closest living relative. Like I said, you see another tree right here. You see the camels, pigs, these different type of gazelle or antelope. All of them related, saying, related to the whales, or the whales are related to them. The whales fall into, saying, because the deers, cows, and all them type of animals, even though they're cousins, distant cousins to the whales, their formation is more basal because they're terrestrial. And the ancestors of whales were terrestrial before going into the ocean. Another whale family portrait. Okay, the takeaway: humans are Catarrhine monkeys. That's why I told y'all earlier, we Catarrhines. Own that. You know what I'm saying? Be that. We never out evolved out of our clad. You can't do it. You can't escape. You can't escape the monkey, yo. You can't escape your monkey. Humans are Catarrhine monkeys, but particularly. This structurally similar to birds or dinosaurs. Both reflect ancestry rather than appearance. It's not about the way they look. It's about your ancestry, your lineage. When I say monophyly is king because DNA crowned it. And you see the tree right here. The early primates at the bottom. Right here, you have your early with the two groups of monkeys branch from here. All monkeys exist in this clade. This is the simian clade. All monkeys, branch off from this clade. It's the simian class right here. This and then you have, see the New World monkeys, Old World monkeys, and right here is the ancestor right here. These ancestral. This is a representation of ancestral simians, and they were monkeys. If you seen that today, and if we even could classify that today, it'll classify within simian. And if you seen it colloquially, if you just seen it, you say, "Oh, that's a monkey." And even right here, he's got the Egyptopithecus. We talked about this. We talked about this the other day. Egyptopithecus. These are ancient monkeys that existed in Egypt when Egypt was tropical in the maybe the Miocene, if I'm not mistaken. He said the ancestor must have been a monkey itself. It had to be. Right here, this node right here, where the arrow at. Therefore, these descendants must be monkeys. If these were monkeys, these gotta be monkeys. Proconsul. So you got the old world monkeys, the Ceropithecus, which literally means Ceropithecus literally means tailed apes. Because they're the closest relative to apes. They're more closer to apes than to New World monkeys, the Platyrrhenes. Only reason you call the Cereopithecus, only reason you call them monkeys is the way they look. But in genetics and monophyleting, they're more closely related to apes. Even in when you classifying the scientific name, it literally means tailed apes. And then right here you have the Catarrhines, where it's split into the apes or the hominidia. You got proconsul. No, y'all heard of proconsul. Even proconsul in some of its contemporary fossils, a lot of them were more like gibbon-like. Gibbons are what we call lesser apes, and they are, I don't even condone it is apes, but they're called lesser apes because they're more monkey-like. They're more basal, even though they branch off and just as diverged, as any other apes today, but they still come from that old lineage, the original lineage of apes. So they're real basal. They can represent like gibbons. Gibbons is a good proxy to represent, old apes or extinct apes, early apes before they branched off from their Cereopithecus cousins. So all of these apes, all of these are monkeys. These are monkeys, all of these are monkeys from Cereopithecus to Australopithecus to human. Difference in emphasis, not evidence. Remember the conversation we had on the show. We had Aaron Wrong. Aaron Raw, he's I'm a fan of him. He do, cladistics, he teach cladistics, went to school for biology, and I love his YouTube channel. And this was the conversation we had. This kind of relates to the conversation we had on there. And he seemed like kind of excited when I asked him that question about monkeys and the cladistics. And he's even in the agreement, to keep it in strict monophyly. And he even said that it was a rift kind of in the different disciplines. Different disciplines have different methods. And he mentioned between primatology and anthropology. Which is crazy because primatology is the study of all primates, period. And then anthropology is the study of the study of humans, human history. But you still have to, when you study anthropology, you still have to study a little bit of primatology too, because humans are primates, humans are monkeys, at the end of the day. But this is a different way of how they emphasize on it. Primatologist emphasizes phylogenetic precision. Anthropologist emphasizes clarity and convention. Both rely on the same evidence. The debate is about language. not ancestry. So it's about the language, the way they, the approach they use it, I guess, to deliver the lesson of cladistics and evolution and biology. You see this, I like this tree right here too. You can see it. Each node, where we have different splits, what we call a node, where you have different branches split off, or you can also call it a clad point. You can see what this particular chart shows the different. You have the number here of the years where certain groups split off at. See, like we know our common ancestors we have with chimps. We split off from them. In humans split off from them 7 million years ago. And the common ancestor, gorillas, chimps, and humans, all split up around 8 million years ago. You gotta on and on, got the different years through. It's pretty interesting map. Even all down here, you already got the tree shrews. They the more basal primates. They are within the primiformia, within their own class. They're not true primates, but they're the closest branch to primates. Tree shrews and the flying lemurs. Even if you look at tree shrews and the flying lemurs, you look at their ears look like other primates, especially human ears. Let's see the tree shrew. You look at the tree shrew ears, they look very similar to human ears. And then almost in its rest of the body, almost look like a squirrel. But they still got some bones, their bone structure, even where they got like grasping little hands, it's still kind of like primate like. The straw man and counter straw man. Like when we answering some of these people when they give us those straw man questions, we got to stop answering back with straw man answers, yo. So we've been making a lot of people been making that mistake for a long time. I've been, man, it's been unbearable for me, because I have my stance on it. Every time people say it sounds crazy to me. It sounds like it's there's two people, two people, coming up with straw man and not just simplifying it too much. Just keep it real. But but maybe people just don't know. Maybe people just talk a certain way, or don't understand the cladistic, format or the actual scientific truth. And this is the question: is a lot of people say, if humans evolved from monkeys, why are monkeys still here? I know y'all heard that question. And then people answer back, science doesn't say we come from monkeys. They say we come from a common ancestor, and that's too simplified. And they say this assumes, when they ask that question, this assumes linear evolution. Evolution is branching. Evolution is branching. It's not linear. So that's even a mistaken approach, even thinking of it like that. Humans did not evolve from modern monkeys, but our ancestors were simian primates within the monkey lineage. That's the proper way to answer it. And even in the precise framing, you could just say humans descend from ancient simian primates within the monkey lineage, though not from any living monkey species of today. No living monkey species today. Those are our contemporary, cousins and relatives. But the ancestors of all of us, of our contemporary relatives and us, was monkeys. So no, we don't come from modern monkeys. We come from dead monkeys or ancient monkeys. But nevertheless, monkeys. Even on this chart right here, if evolve from monkeys, why are there still monkeys? That crazy question. The answer, because this is the real answer, because ancestral monkeys give rise to more monkeys, as well as the monkey group we call apes. Apes are monkeys too. Even here, we got the Nusian, what's that? Nusian Pithecus. This must have been, even this is probably was around the same contemporary times as this type of morphology was around the same time where I show you the Egyptopithecus. You know, those ancient monkeys or simians or Anthropedia. This ancestral Catarrhine can be regarded as an early monkey. So this is a Catarrhine. So this might even be because I think Egyptopithecus is even much older. So this is a Catarrhine. This one right here. This is a simian that's split to the Catarrhines even after it's split from Catarrhines and Platyrrhines. So this is the Catarrhine monkey right here, ancestral. This ancestral Catarrhine can be regarded as an early monkey, not monkey-like, but it's a monkey. People play around and all monkey-like this and all. If it's a simian, it's a monkey. You will call it a monkey if you classified it, if you've seen it, if you call them modern day monkeys the way they are, just because so the way they look, how you classify them in a gradient, you're just using grades, you will call that a monkey. And they say it or a close relative gave rise to monkeys we all call apes, as well as more monkeys. So this monkey is an ancestral monkey to apes because it's a Catarrhine. And right here, the Victoria Pithecus. This was found around. I think this is found around Lake Victoria. Victoria Pithecus. This ancestral Cereopithecoid. When I say Cereopithecoid is contemporary old world monkeys like baboons, columbine monkeys, and a lot of monkeys, macaques. A lot of the monkeys that you see in the New World, not New World, but Africa and Asia. The monkeys you see in Africa and Asia, the old world. This ancestral Cereopithecoid, what I said literally means tailed ape anyway, can be regarded as an early monkey. It or a close relative gave rise to more monkeys. Most monkeys are evolutionary new novel primates, less than 10 million years old. So monkeys are novel, primates. Like monkeys are like, the more derived primates. Even sometimes people call scientists call the simians the higher primates as a whole. You have they categorize prosimians, which is like older basal primates like lemurs, bush babies, and like lorises. There's another map show you the nested, how we all nested into the primate class. I'll show you the Steptorines. The first branch, earliest branch of primates. Even before then, like before, you got these primates, these ancestors was most likely more lemur-like. The lemurs are more basal. See how old they are, they branch up early branch. They are scientifically classified as the Streptorine. The Streptorine mean wet nose primates because they have wet noses like dog-like, like most other mammals. Like most of our other mammal cousins. So early primates had that dog-like wet nose trait or feature. And you got the Haplorhines. Even us, we fall up under the Haplorhines. This is one of our nested hierarchies, humans, because Haplorhines splits into the taser form, which is I'm sorry, even Haplorhine. So even Haplorhine also means dry nose. So you got the wet noses, the dry noses. But even the early dry noses, even, you know what I'm saying, even though they split, the early dry noses is more lemur-like. And that's the tasers. You look at the tasers look similar to lemurs, but they're dry nose and they have more flatter faces like monkeys. So it's like, you know what I'm saying, you look at tasers, you're kind of looking at a proxy or representation of what's like when the prosimians split into the simians, or when streptorhini split into haplorhines. The basal branches going into the more derived branches. And then haplorhini split, into take taser forms first, and then anthropedia. Anthropedia is synonymous with simian. You can say simian, you can say anthropedia, or you can say monkey. This is where the monkey clad would have to put. You would have to put it. If you have to place it somewhere, you have to put it here. If you put that word, that colloquial term in science, it will have to fit here. It'll have to fit in the people like primates. Anthropodia literally means people like. Anthro means people in Latin. So the Anthropedia of simian monkeys split into two families. The Platyrrhines, which is more basal form of simians, and then the Catarrhines, which is us. We're Catarrhine monkeys. And then it splits into two sister groups, Cerepithecoids and Hominidae. But even if you see this chart, they only call Cerepithecoidia old world monkeys. You got new world monkeys. They only calling these monkeys because of the grades. If this was true, strict monophyly, you'll have old world monkey right here by the apes too. Because if Catarrhines are old world monkeys, all of these are old world monkeys in a strict monophyletic sense. Another chart, you know what I'm saying? First monkey, ancestral primates. That's how I busted the same way I busted down. Just busted down with the nose. First monkeys. All of this is monkeys. First apes. But even though you have the first apes, these apes ain't never evolved outside of the monkey class. Can't escape it. It's another interesting tree. Rehabilitating monkey language in monophyly. Monkey is used inconsistently in everyday language. Like we use that word inconsistently. Like the way we use it, we misuse it like colloquially. And we don't use it like scientifically. Like if we talk it in the scientific sense, especially in this community, when it be scientific, we have to use the word right. Many people picture chimpanzees, but chimps are classified as apes. This reveals tension between common language and cladistics. In cladistic shift, ape once excluded humans. Like before, like people wasn't calling humans apes. Even a lot of people they don't call humans apes. You heard it was a comment in the chat last night. Somebody said humans are not apes. But not today. A lot more people accept it. You know what I'm saying? We all walk around and say we apes, but that's against the hierarchy because ape fits into hominoid. And they say under monophyly, humans must be included. So if in monophyly, if humans have to be included in apes, therefore humans are apes. Look, same logic. Rehabilitating monkey. Part 2. The same logic for monkey. If monkey exclude ape, that's paraphyletic. Using paraphyletics. That's not standard. If monkeys include apes, that's monophyletic. You can't escape. So you don't out evolve your nest or out evolve the common ancestor. Taxonomic context. That's the taxonomic context. Old world monkeys plus apes is Catarrhines. New world monkeys is Platyrrhines. Both are true clades or clades. Cladistic perspective, apes are one branch within the monkey radiation, just the same way as birds or dinosaurs and whales or artiodactyls. Rather than adopting the word, we can rehabilitate it, hopefully. Monkey can be understood monophylogically, including apes and humans. Saying humans or monkeys is not provocative, and it shouldn't be provocative, and it never should have been used in a provocative way, because all humans are monkeys. Not one humans are more related to monkeys than the other to make them other humans feel a certain way. Every damn last human on this damn earth is a monkey. It's taxonomically consistent. It's more consistent. And you see this tree. This is the wrong way to classify monkeys, excluding apes. It's the way we do. This is the way a lot of us do. How we think. Oh, that's best, and then you just basing it on grade. You're basing it on way something look. You're not basing it on ancestry. It's not real. It's not true. It's not scientifically true. It's just colloquially and socially true, which is language is not perfect. Language is not science. Language and sociality is not based on accuracy. This is how it should be in the monophyletic tree. But all monkeys, all simians are monkeys. You see apes, old world monkeys, new world. We got to include everything. Like I said, all primates, all monkeys are primates, but not all primates are monkeys. Only the simians are monkeys. Only the Anthropedia are monkeys. Only humans are monkeys. And other simians too. Strict versus pragmatic taxonomy. There's nothing wrong with it. I like to go the strict route, and some people might like the pragmatic route. None is wrong. None is wrong. But you just have to know what you're doing. Like we could be we scientific, but we can't be scientific and not know how to drive. We can't be driving blind. We gotta know what we're doing when we're talking about taxonomy and things of that nature. Not just go out here in science and hear things that's repeated over and over. So that's like your people to be quick to say. I'm not saying that a lot of people do. Some people do it and know what they're doing, but some people don't know what they're doing. Just quick to say, "Oh, we don't come from monkeys. We have a common ancestor," and you don't know how to. You just saying that you're just driving without a license, driving blind, just repeating what you hear. But I'm here to teach you what you're doing. Me, I like to go the strict route, but most people use the pragmatic taxonomy. Only in monophyletic groups are valid in strict monophyletic, and it must include a common ancestor in all its descendants. Strictly, classification mirrors genealogy exactly. Paraphyletic groups distorts ancestry. So that's the rule. You know what I'm saying? It destroys the ancestry. It destroys the common ancestor. You're excluding stuff. And it's a pragmatic evolutionary taxonomy. May tolerate paraphyletic groups, like it might tolerate it, for introduction or communication purposes. And it prioritizes clarity and traditional use. Traditional, even though people say, oh, that's traditional, that's traditional. Traditional don't always mean accurate. Traditional just means people following the guideline or philosophy for communication purposes. It's useful for teaching and communication. It is useful, useful for introducing people, to the plot twist of what a human is. You know what I'm saying? People don't know the plot twist. People go all their life don't know the plot twist, what we really are. And for example, reptiles excluding birds, or fish excluding tetrapods. You can't exclude it. Conclusion. The question, are humans monkeys? Is taxon. I'm sorry. The question, are humans monkeys? Is taxonomic. Taxonomic. That's a taxonomic question. Under monophyly, if monkeys correspond to simian lineage, humans fall within that. The tension exists because evolutionary classification, everyday language operate under different rules. Evolution organizes life by descent. Language organizes life by perception and culture. When you say monkey, let me say it again. Evolution, which is an evolutionary truth that humans are monkeys, organizes life by descent and accuracy. And everyday language organizes life by perception and culture, just the way things look or what you perceive, even though it might not be true. When monophyly is taken seriously, traditional boundaries blur. Not because biology is confused, but because language is. The everyday language is confused. Science ain't confused about humans being monkeys. Your everyday colloquial language is. The human monkey question ultimately shows how scientific classification and everyday vocabulary sometimes collide, and how understanding cladistics help resolve that tension. So understanding that helps resolve that tension. You have more understanding, you won't be so offended. This the power. This is the disarming and weaponizing a scientific truth. Next, go to the next one. And this is my bonus piece. Perspective from a primatology. Jane Goodall. My favorite, one of my favorite scientists right here. Jane Goodall. Jane Goodall did a lot of research, did the most research on chimps. Before even the Jane Goodall, everybody thought chimps were just peaceful, docile creatures, not knowing their their high intelligence and even their violence, war, tribalism. And I'm gonna do that too. Like my next thing I'm gonna do on here, my next show, we're gonna talk about the chimp wars. And I ain't gonna talk, and I ain't not just any chimp war, not the chimp wars you've seen on Netflix. I'm gonna go to the original chimp wars, the chimp wars that Jane Goodall documented in Tanzania, not the one on Netflix that was in Uganda. That's more recent. But I'm gonna show you the throwback. We're gonna go through their history. You would think you reading some historical, battles or something in these chimps. And the words from Jane Goodall say, when she was speaking of primates and our primate family, she said they are as identifiable to the researcher as friends and close cousins with a past, a place in their community, and a future. From them, we have learned just how similar and distant they are from our species. They have emotions that we humans can easily relate to. Recent studies of their cortisol hormone levels have shown they react to stress by being subordinate in much the same way as we, like being subordinate, like people trying to control you. You know, that's why it's even a bad idea to have monkeys as pets, any other primates as pets. I hate it. I despise it. I hate when people be around me like, oh, look at the monkey. I wish I could have it as a pet. Shut up. You can't have no monkey as a pet. That's an intelligent being. That's an intelligent animal, organism. That organisms have awareness, similar to yours. So you keeping the other primate as a pet, it's kind of like slavery in itself, because that thing has awareness. Yeah, when it's a baby and all that, yeah, you know what I'm saying, you do whatever you do to it, but when it grows up, that's, you know, it has awareness, and that's a lot of times what happens to these primates. People, they grow up and people can't handle them because they're not pets no more. They're on your level, you know what I'm saying, mentally, you know what I'm saying, not as mental, like, you know, not as intelligent, but for us, like, you know, not want to be controlled. You know, they have emotions just like we do. So you keeping them as pets is not a good idea, yo. You know what I'm saying? Even that this cortisol hormone, it also affected even us, African Americans and Africans of the diaspora in slavery, because we're all primates. Any primate that cortisol level, you know what I'm saying? Nobody want to be subordinate to anybody. And two, it's not a good idea to keep primates as pets, because a lot of times people grow up and they can handle these primates, and they end up, you know what I'm saying, in conservation, you know what I'm saying, places, instead of being in the wild in their own home. There's nothing wrong with conservation, because a lot of conservation places are actually trying to help preserve our you know, close primate cousins in this world. A lot of the species are even endangered. I even donate to the cause. You know, I'm a membership of you know, the primate conservation. Even me having ownership of one of their books, and that book was also no, these are my references right here. You know, all my references. You know, I use Jane Goodall, Henning, Linnaeus, you know, etc. This book, you know, this is one of my other sources. The book I got right here. You know, All World's Primates. Yeah, this baby right here. Yeah, this bad boy right here. All World's Primates. It's a good tool to have. Good, good book to have, yo. Even I said in the back of the book, you got the, we get to the human. The book got a mirror in there, yo. You know what I'm saying? Hey, could you share? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm gonna show. We got one more slide and show you this: the diversity of primates.
Yeah, I was just letting them see that book, that mirror part you was talking about.
Oh
Go ahead,
yeah,
though, bro.
oh yeah. Let me show you the diversity of the primate family with the Catarrhini, with the, you know, with the Septarinis. You know what I'm saying? The ancient lineages, you know, ancient and contemporary lineages. You know, the taser forms. You know, we share lineage with them in the Haplorini group. You know what I'm saying? You have our cousins, the Platarinis, and you have all of us, the Catarrhini monkeys. And you know, Catarrhini monkeys, they also fall up on the ape as well. And human, there's your boy Gullah right there. You know, the Catarrhini monkey, human, ape. In the middle right there. We all one big happy family, yo. and I accept it. I accept the scientific truth. Now we can get to the questionnaire, yo. The real question of the night. Are you a Catarini? Are you a Catarini's monkey's uncle? All right, that's my presentation, yo.
True indeed, man. Shit, good job on that one, boy. I see you, man. So you know what I mean? You know how we doing it. You know what I mean? If anybody got any questions, what do you say? Are you a Catarini monkey's uncle? I seen some people look like that right there, man, in real life.
Yeah, you stupid.
You know what I mean?
Jungle monkeys in the building.
Yeah, hey, Gullah, you did your thing, boy. I appreciate you doing that, man.
Right
Yeah.
on, bro.
We had some we got some questions in the chat, you know what I'm saying? Come on up. You know what I mean? Like I always say, man, we're gonna keep it respectful. You already know if you get out of line, man, you getting dropped back down. So
Get cussed out first, though.
Hey, you getting kicked out the tree. The leopards coming to get the leopard coming to get you, yo.
yes, indeed.
I
You
thought
feel
that was clean, though. I thought that. What y'all think? I thought that was super clean, super on par, yo. I like that. I like that last damn slide, boy. That was a good one right there. That's a
Oh
good
yeah.
one.
hey,
That was a good one, yo. The nigga say the line. Hold on, Ken. Hold on, Ken. Okay. What you
wait,
going to say, Ken? In the middle of me
I was just
talk.
gonna
What?
tell Patar he gotta connect his devices. He trying to get in, his device ain't connect.
Man, the baton ain't got no real device. You know that shit ain't working. If it ain't Black
Yeah.
Egypt, it ain't gonna be able to get on here, yo.
Already.
Yeah.
That slide though, yo, you said science ain't got a problem, right? They understand it. It's the language. I like that, yo.
Yeah.
That's it. You gotta put
Yeah.
that up again. That's it. That's deep. And that's
Yeah.
deep right there. See, that's a learning moment. That's a moment for all of us right there, yo. That's deep. Yeah, science ain't got the problem. It was the language problem. And you know what? That's
Yeah.
why I did. That's why I always say I ain't calling nobody no monkeys, because I know
Yeah.
it's the language, yo. Yep,
It's a language, a cultural, and a social problem.
yep. Mm-hmm.
It brings us right back to science. It's just a theory. The misuse of term. It's not understanding that when science says proto-astronomy, they're not equating what the ancients did to what we do in a modern sense. It's not saying that they had a rudimentary form of. It is the misuse of language. It's the misappropriation. That's why these conversations are.
Rudimentary, misappropriate. All the big words don't mean you fooling us. We ain't no damn monkeys. Look, let me know where I can go.
No, yo. You can't just come on here like that, man. Who is you? What's
Yeah, he
wrong with
tripping,
you,
bro.
man? Get him
Yeah,
out of here early in the game. I get him out early, yo. He out there on the road.
yeah.
Hey,
Hell, he
come
thinks
on,
he
hey
is.
JJ, you heard the rules, man. You gotta respect the channel, big dog.
Hey,
I
we ain't
bet,
no
Hey,
monkeys.
look, we
Look,
can have a
look.
snoop. Hold
Sound
on.
like a monkey. Talking about he ain't no monkey. You sound like one.
Yeah.
Look,
So,
we ain't
so
afraid
like
to
I
have a
was saying,
look. Hold on, Cedric. JJ, we not afraid to have a conversation with you, bro. But let's have a conversation. We ain't got to yell and
Yeah,
holler.
coming there all bullied
Gullah.
up.
You feel
yeah,
me?
I bet
That's
any money. I bet any money he didn't even see the presentation yesterday or even today. He
right.
just came right in. He
Yeah, man.
came
We
right
got.
Yeah.
in.
Oh, go ahead, Sid. You about to say something, bro?
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
So that's why, like I said, we are in this environment now. We are coming to the level of maturity that if we do not use the correct terminologies, if we do not put these things in their proper perspective, the conversations are going to get confusing, and they're going to rest on emotional rhetoric, and we're going to be talking around each other. So it is about time that we slow these conversations down. And like Gullah was saying, we're taking away people's weapons, the weaponizing, the ability to weaponize science or to use colloquial terms and misappropriate things, like calling someone a monkey. We understand historically that carries baggage with it, and exercises like this, putting the information out there, putting the knowledge out there, you disarm those who
It,
try
it,
to
it,
weaponize these terms, in my opinion. Great job, brother.
Already, man. We got Akbar the atheist killer in the building, man. What's going on with you, man? The king of space.
Akbar, I disagree with what happened today.
Huh?
I disagree with what this guy was saying.
Teach Akbar. That's right. I'm on Akbar's side. Let's go.
All right, so what you think, Akbar? What you did? Hold on, JJ. We didn't get to you yet, bro. Hey, Akbar, what you think, man? What you disagree with on that, yo?
We are not monkeys.
Okay, so
Yes,
what about the did you understand his presentation?
Of course I didn't. I don't know science.
Hey, well, look, we appreciate you coming on, brother.
That was a good one.
Tom, man, what's going on with you?
That was a good one. Who sent them up here? That was a good one, yo. Somebody sent them. That was that Chief X show? That was a good one, yo.
Somebody made their voice.
Yeah, that
was hilarious.
was a good one, yo. That was
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, look, we got Patah in the building.
What's good? What's good? Can y'all hear me all right?
Yeah, you good, man. What's
shit.
Remember, if you disagree, it's because you don't understand science.
Yeah, my man.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Even with that name he had, if he studying Allah and in the Quran, he's supposed to know about science. But I guess that's for a question another
That was a
time.
good one, yo.
But I had Gullah, can you pull up that one slide that had the old world monkeys, the new world monkeys, and the apes? Are you able to do that real quick? Because my understanding is that the old world monkeys were, to me, they encapsulated the apes, the bonobos, the humans, and New World monkeys.
Yeah.
Good question.
So
Good question.
But the way that diagram, that right there, that diagram,
I like that.
I always thought the old world monkey would have been like a step of a branch up and encapsulated all except for that I guess that bottom branch, the lemurs, and actually lemurs to me would have been, I thought, New World monkeys.
No.
So you break that down as far as I always thought the old world. I always thought the old world monkeys encapsulated the apes and the new world monkeys. But go ahead.
No. Old world monkeys just mean monkeys that live in Asia and Africa.
Yeah, that's it.
It's just colonial time. They call it New World monkeys because they're the monkeys that live in America. The New World.
I had that incorrect because I thought the old world monkeys meant that those were the older branches, and then the new
world old world, new world, as in the Americas versus the Africa and Asia.
Yeah,
is that always like that?
Always, yeah.
And I'm gonna say actually the new world monkeys, even though they call them new world because of location, the new world monkey taxonomy and body plan or body form is actually more older than old world monkey. They have a more basal body plan or what I'm saying, morphology.
Yep.
So you're saying that the monkeys in the Americas have an older.
Yeah, because when they branched off, when they branched off at a time period when you had that type of older morphology from Africa, you know what I'm saying, and the old world monkeys now are more derived, you know what I'm saying.
So we saying
they've remained more basal than the old world monkeys. So the terminology is kind of confusing because the new world monkeys are more basal than what we consider the old world monkeys. But old and new world is just geography. So old world is is Africa and Asia, and the new world is the Americas. It's just based on the discovery.
Yeah, but that kind of throws it off on like the timeline to me.
Like when they classify simian, like when they separate the simians, they kind of old usage, but you can still kind of do it. They say pro-simian and simians. That's how they classify that. They never use it as old world, new world monkey.
Because I think back in the day, it used to be like the older world. Old world monkey was your older branch, and then new world. But they may have changed it. I have to do
No, no,
research.
they never used it like that. It was always pro-simian and simian.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So here's another question. If y'all don't mind, where does the this is what I wanted to touch on since y'all said so are we saying that, and I don't want to get into the wider diversity of in Africa. Are we saying that the monkey developed in Africa?
No,
Even
No.
does the
Old world monkey
no.
new. Remember they just said it. New world. Remember
wait a minute, hold on.
first.
Oh, I heard you. But I mean we're saying America, but then I heard
You
somebody
get it?
I heard no
No,
hold on. I heard
no, you
Africa.
see, no, because when you get even down to semi-forms, you know what I'm saying? They was all up, you know what I'm saying? I don't know they was in Africa or Asia. I have to look that up. But I'm sure you still got ancient, still got ancient you know, simians or even pro-simians even in Asia and Africa. But it might have been Africa too. It could have been Africa because you even got the older branches of you know, so you got a lot of older branches of like primates in Africa, especially like when you're dealing with like the lemurs in Madagascar and
Can we get a source, sir? I'm not being
Hold on,
rude.
Jay. Hold on, JJ.
Hold
Hold
on,
on.
bro.
Y'all gonna do this. I mean, all
Oh,
y'all
Yeah,
agree.
now we gonna get to you. We gonna get to you. Hold on.
Yeah.
you got
Yeah, cause
you got
this,
the
y'all
Pelagos,
playing.
bush baby.
I mean
You
if
know,
I
they
can
like very old
the
no
old these
old primate, or what they call wet nose primates.
No, the streptarinis, right?
Yeah, the streptococcus. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're before they are more basal than the Catarrhini split and the Catarrhini and the
Yeah.
uh, New World and Old World monkey split. So they're more basal than when you get to the level of New and Old World monkeys.
Yeah,
And
and
they are
the most derived out of them, out of the streptorines, the most derived ones is like the lorises. The lorises
yeah,
are the closest to when you get to haplorines, which is the tasers and the monkeys.
and they're
right. So
primarily Old World, right? Derivative.
Yeah, yeah, they're all old world. Yeah,
Yeah.
all right, so from old knowledge from back in the day growing up, it seemed like they said that all right, so we started off like the marsupial, right? You know, after it came out of the water, then the marsupial, and then it came out of the shadows, and then I guess the
you mean
The
the
what?
amphibian? You
We
mean
were
the
never
amphibian?
marsupial.
The
We were
what?
always
You mean
mammalian.
the amphibian? You mean
Nigga
the
say he came
amphibian?
out the shadows.
No,
that's the way they explained it back in the day.
man.
That's
Are you
hilarious.
You
We
said
were
how
never
No,
part of the
yeah.
we were never
Hell
you know
part
what
of
a
no.
marsupial
So
is? Hold
my
on, you know what a
understanding is
marsupial?
that
I think
the
you
monkey kind of
misspeaking.
developed in Asia, I thought.
Hey, bro, I think you misspeaking. You said marsupial. You
yeah,
know what a
we were never
marsupial is?
marsupial.
I think you mean amphibian. You know what a marsupial is?
What I
Got him in the
said,
water.
I said was after we came out, after organisms came out of the water,
There
and
would
then
be
Fish.
there would be amphibians,
Tetrapod.
Yeah,
tetrapods.
tetrapod.
Tetrapods.
There would be
Okay.
amphibians and like
that came,
low what they
y'all
call
not.
low fish and like when you call like you get into your amphibians and stuff too.
All right, I'm
Already.
cool.
So at that point,
Indeed.
you get a branching, right? The tetrapods, amphibians,
Yeah,
and reptiles. I think branch out.
yeah.
But
And
look,
you said
all I was saying was
marsupials are
I was
mammals.
the word
Marsupials,
marsupial.
you said hold on earlier. You said marsupials.
Look
Let
it
me
up.
correct you.
Look that up.
Marsupials are mammals with pouches.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yep. I think we just have a problem with I think that last slide, we just got a problem with the language, yo. I definitely don't got a problem with
No,
science.
I came in late too.
That's
Yesterday
a good one.
I couldn't handle yesterday's. It was just a little too slow. But tonight
Yeah, he gonna redo that one. Yeah, he gonna redo it. That shit
I
was sharp tonight.
I came in
Yeah.
on this one. So, but this tonight it the information seemed real good. So
Sure
I just
indeed.
want.
Mm.
I had a
It's
Yeah,
couple of.
good
man.
Oh,
yesterday.
then
Good
my
yesterday.
last question. My last
Hey,
question
y'all
was.
let me know
The,
where I can go.
where,
Can I go after him?
hold on, JJ.
Yeah.
I got it.
I agree.
Where, where does the rhesus monkey fit in?
We all
Oh, you
yeah,
gonna
I
go
agree
after
with
you
you.
gonna go
That's
after
all I
The
can
him?
speak
reason,
about my
the,
group.
Catarrhini
the,
in the
the
Catarrhini
reason,
old world monkey group.
Yeah, the
No, no,
Reese's, the
no, because
Reese's, it is actually not. It's actually not the Reese's monkey. It's the Reese's macaque. The Reese's is the Reese's in the macaque family. You have various different branches of macaque. The Barbary macaque, the Silowazy macaque is all the types, different types of macaque. A lot of them look,
Find them
different,
all over the world.
and they're in the stereopithecooids, and that branch is also the branch of the macaques. It's like a close branch to like baboons too. You know what I'm saying? But they are the term is not Reese's monkey. It's Reese's macaque monkey.
I
And
got you. But now,
they
now,
fit
now,
right in
now
the
remember,
Catarrhini branch, right? The old world monkey branch, right?
Yeah, they're in
um,
Katarina. They're cereopithecooids.
Yeah.
now, remember when
Huh?
Inky used to try to bring that Reese's gene and connect
Yeah,
it?
yeah. Yeah, he was tripping.
That's where I was trying to bring that in at. And see,
Yeah.
there is a
And look,
Reese's.
what's crazy, he was trying to say like he was trying to relate that to white people, but you actually have a macaque that's black, like the Silowazy macaque,
Black
or
face, yeah.
what they call it, the French macaque. That one's black. So so
Yeah.
how you gonna relate to that? You got macaques that can have very different coloration.
The
Now, Gullah, break
The
that down,
Reese's
Gullah.
factor, the Reese's
Macaque.
factor is a typical tongue-in-cheek thing that you see science does and causes confusion. When determining antibodies on the red blood cells, it put these antibodies plus was first discovered, the D factor was first discovered in the Rhesus macaque, thereby giving it the term the Rhesus factor.
Yeah,
So
it
it
has
has
some
nothing to
sulfur.
do with, yeah, it has nothing to do with those
Has
who have it being
sulfur.
coming from
But
that.
Neanderthal did have, I believe the Neanderthal does have some sulfur Reese's type genetics in them.
All,
So
all,
what?
whatever they Reese's, whatever, they just named it that. Well,
Yeah,
Right.
whatever that is, all primates got that. Like
yeah,
most primates.
all of us have it. It's
Okay.
it's an antibody that is found on it's a receptor that is found on red blood cells, and now some people have it and some people don't.
That's what I
Most people are factor
negative.
plus, right? So most people are rhesus positive. Very few percentage of human beings
Yeah,
are negative in terms of the factor. Those are the rarest blood types. O negative and AB negative is the most rarest blood type.
yeah.
All right.
And,
So
and,
break
and
down
that-
the
and that's another proof. And that's another proof to our
macaque then.
relationship because they test on other non-human primates or even non-ape primates because they're the closest relatives to us. So they test on, what I'm
Yeah,
saying, our closest relatives.
yeah.
98 98% chimpanzee. But what's the difference between the macaque and a monkey? You was trying to break. You was trying to separate.
Monkey is a
The macaque is a
colloquial
monkey. The macaque is a catarrhine monkey, and it's a part of the branch of the cereopithecooids.
term.
So tailed
The
apes, they fit.
stereoid was underneath what branch?
In the same chart I just showed you, show you that they fit under the same relationship with baboons, mandrills, magpies, columbine monkeys, langurs, virivids,
Okay, that was that bottom branch. Bottom, right?
huh? You said what
That
now?
was that bottom branch.
No, it wasn't the bottom, it was the yellow one. It was like in the middle. The bottom branch
Oh,
is
so it
separations.
branched
The
off
bottom,
from
the one
from
that go at the
our
bottom,
branch.
those are separations. Those are lemurs and stuff. They go all the one
Okay,
at the
so it
bottom. At the
branched
bottom.
off from our ancestor.
You said what now?
So it branched off from the human and ape ancestry branch.
No, they
So,
split. The Septarinis and the Hominideas are sister branches of the Catarinis. Catarinis are all the old world monkeys. All of those are Catarinis or old
yeah, probably would
Catarrhini.
if we could show it, it'd probably be much clearer. But I'm gonna get off and let he done got off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he ran. I think he's scared, man.
Look at look.
Who this monkey is on
I think
the
Y'all stupid, yo. Y'all
West
crazy
Side,
as hell, yo.
look, that's a West Side
that's
jungle
Sonic,
monkey.
bro. Hey, that's
That's a
Sonic,
West
bro.
Side jungle monkey.
Y'all
Allah
funny as hell,
subhanahu
yo.
Allah.
Hey,
Y'all is funny as hell, yo.
they gotta be Sonic trolling me, yo. He broadcast from MySpace.
Look at him.
Is he?
Oh man.
West Side.
Johnny. From
West Side,
MySpace, I didn't even know they had a
Oh, he
MySpace.
East Side,
West
right?
Side Jungle Monkey right there, baby. Look
Yeah.
at it right there. You see, once you embrace it,
Wait, his teeth too white. His teeth too white. His gums
that
cleaner than
Colgate.
yours,
That Colgate.
right?
What's up, Bubba?
But, but
Hey
What's
man,
up, Bubba?
them teeth would
I
have been
appreciate
sharp.
the question, though,
His
Patal.
incisors, his
I appreciate
incisors,
like that. I like
canine.
Patal. I appreciate your your honest questions, though, bro. For real.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
some
That
good
boy a
questions.
fool.
I had never had a problem with my cousins. Never.
Right?
Me and Unc always been on the same page. We've been talking New World.
That book I showed, bro. This book got all the species, everybody, every species in the primate, all world primate. This book thick.
Yeah, we've been talking hominids, and we've been smashed that. We never had a problem with being called a monkey. Primate. The people they'll say I'm a primate, but they'll be mad when you call them a monkey, like a
Yeah,
monkey.
Yeah. But
that means
it's evolution in the discussion. It's continuing to have these discussion and open up these channels, right? Again, Gullah, I was a paraphilologist my whole life, right? And because this is not my main subject, so we in the back chat about a year ago, and I'm pulling all the sources, and I'm just getting beat up. And once you understand evolution, you start to ask yourself, yeah, but why would I deny ancestry like that?
Right.
And
I'd
then you
rather be a
start to step back
silverback.
slowly. Yeah, you fall in line.
I'd rather be a silverback anyway. I don't want to be a monkey. I want to be a gorilla.
Yeah.
I want to tear shit up. 100
Say don't play you. Don't play you.
Hell no.
Shit. Hell yeah. Give me. I take the gorilla. Damn monkey be running. Be too high in the tree. Shit.
even when they be saying stuff like they be half stepping, like a lot of times they say monkey like. You know damn well if you take a time machine to go back in time, you seen that ancestor. You
Man, that's a monkey.
Dog bar, you
that's a
see,
monkey.
you got your Darwin out there.
Egyptopithecus. Yeah,
You got
Egyptopithecus.
Yeah, they would say the same thing. It's like I said. It's just I'm gonna keep repeating it, man. It's just a language, though. There's a lot of social implications to it, and you don't mean the monkeys that you see running around today. It's just you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's
So
the main point.
yeah,
They don't like
motherfucker think you actually talking about that. It's the language because you're not even talking about that. It's crazy.
Right.
yeah, ain't
And
talking
I
about
always
modern
thought
day
monkey
monkeys.
had a tail. Now primate had
Not
no
all
tail.
monkeys. I know, but not all monkeys.
Is a
Oh,
chimpanzee a monkey or a primate or what?
all of you see everything is a monkey. Yo.
A chimpanzee. Hold on, a chimpanzee is even a low fin fish.
Yep. Yeah, low fin fish. That's another thing.
So
Yeah.
basically, you
I
just
like the fish. I
basically
like the
it's
fish.
so basically it's just paying homage to the ancestors.
Yeah.
To the
It
clay.
is
Yeah,
a,
best.
it
So
is a it is a
And
shift in
baboon.
terminology and methodology, right? Since the advent of genetics, we can no longer engage in paraphilology because genetics ties everything back to clandestine clade formation. So you never evolved out of your clade. So you cannot deny ancestry. So it changes the terminology. Now I had to go through that process myself, right? And it's one that we might have to do a couple more times because all we're doing is changing paraphilology for monophilology
Well, I'm a
based on genetics. You cannot escape it.
Well, I'm a banana. I'm 62%.
Now you wouldn't be a banana because you don't fall into that. You only thing you and banana got in common is being eukaryote. Eukaryotes. You and the banana don't even have the same cells. Banana got plant cells. You got animal cells.
I challenge you on that because ain't no females on here today.
you know what? You just gotta be sophisticated enough to get that shit off, though, yo. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm never, you know what I mean. I'm never using the word. I like the shock value of a fish. I like the fish better.
Yeah,
Okay.
like
Yeah, I like that better.
even like how I said, even how you could say humans fall up under the category simians, which is in the monkey
Yeah,
lineage.
Simeon. Yeah.
You can say simian within the
Mm-hmm.
monkey lineage. You say it like
Mm-hmm.
that.
And,
It's
like you
funny.
said,
But
Huh?
but you say fish
nope,
is equally vague and equally as undeterministic as using the term monkey, because
Mm-hmm.
fish is just encompassing a whole body of fish. Now you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
give a guy to
Mm-hmm.
tell him Cedric gonna say, well, what type of fish?
Mm-hmm.
And
was
we're right back at that same
we
conversation.
was breathing
Sean
underwater
said,
when we was in the
Sean,
womb. We was breathing underwater. So did we
I
have
don't
a
know
heart?
about all
Yeah,
that. You went
it's
pseudo on us,
yeah,
yo.
it's
I don't
in
know.
Hold
He
Yeah, you went
on,
far.
hold
hey,
Nobody
on.
breathing on no damn water.
we was drowning in the
That
pool.
water broke,
I do.
and they pulled you up out of
Oh, hell no.
Hey,
Mm-mm.
Batar,
Hey,
Hey, that's from our day, though, yo. You taking them back to our day. We should say that, yo. You wild out.
You got lungs and you breathe in air.
hey, hey, we
there.
like
uh,
Tell them like
a good analogy of humans is right. We kind of like lions. We like lions or tigers walking around denying being cats. We don't want to be cat. We ain't no cats.
hey,
Ah,
yo, we got a question in the chat. He say, but Sean say, but what makes the intelligence coming out of the non as intelligent primate and not the other way around?
That's a good question right there.
say it
You said,
again.
What makes the
He
what
basically
makes the intelligence coming out of the non as intelligent
I
primate
don't, I
and
don't
not the
let
other
me
understand.
way
read it.
around?
That
Let
is a
me read it.
question based in
Hey,
human
you might
exceptionalism.
have to reword that question,
Yeah,
Sean.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
basically
I
and
understand what
how
he's saying. So how
more
do
than the
us
rest of
Come
intelligent
on, man. You
beings
cannot figure that out, yo. Don't do it.
supposedly come from non-intelligent beings? Now, that is a presupposition. First of all,
Hold
you're
on.
He didn't
Say that
say
again.
that.
Say it
Said he
again.
didn't say that.
No, no. I think he was on. I think Cedric on point. What you say? He said, Cedric.
he's
What?
questioning the
But
whole
what
idea
makes
of
the intelligence
evolution
coming
based
out
Hold
on
on.
of a
Don't read
non?
that. Don't read that on because I don't think he worded it right. But
at the
Cedric,
top of the food chain. The monkey ain't gonna be on top. I'm not having it.
go
I'm
ahead.
not.
Say what you about to say.
What you mean? Don't read that. What else you
Because
gonna
he
read?
didn't word it right. So if you read it, it ain't gonna make sense. So
So we gotta don't
Cedric,
he gotta word it again though? How you know what he was saying? Go ahead,
I don't
Cedric. How
really
you know what he's
understand what he's
saying,
saying.
Cedric? How you know what he's saying, Cedric?
I
most
get
You
it.
said,
people.
Talk
man,
about
you said,
Most
intelligence.
people.
man, we was talking about
Most
non.
people.
Couldn't
I
hear
said,
you,
how
Cedric.
did intelligence come from non-intelligence? Is that what he's saying? Said
Yeah, I don't know what he mean. Non-human. What do you
What?
mean?
What?
He's saying if the monkey is less intelligent than we are, and we
But,
came
but,
from
but who said that though? Who made that statement?
But the
and
thing, but the
He
thing, but
just
the
said
thing,
there's intelligent beings.
yeah, the thing he got to realize is that primates as a whole are intelligent beings as a whole,
not
and
as. Oh,
we,
I think it's supposed to be not. But what makes the intelligence coming out of the not as intelligent
No, you got
primate
it.
I goes back to what Cedric was saying as far as evolution.
and not the
No,
other
it
way
don't.
around?
No, it don't. It go back to yesterday lecture Gullah gave. He said that's something that all primates or all monkeys share
What I was saying.
across is intelligence, yo. Like y'all didn't hear that?
I understand that,
So
but
what that mean? What that
I'm
mean?
saying there's
I was
evolution.
addressing the errors in the question itself. It's supposed it is loaded with presupposition. First of all, it's based in human exceptionalism, which supposes that we are so much more intelligent than. That is a flawed reasoning, right?
I,
Yeah,
Each
that's not the lesson.
animal has equal intelligence within their own parameters. Humans are unique, but that doesn't mean we are exceptionally intelligent. We are
yeah,
other.
we just got complex. You just got rareness and complexity. You know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Because even us coming out of the primate family, you know what I'm saying. We just have ours is just more complex. You know what I'm saying?
well, I think
It took
both
it
of
took
those.
it took coming out it took coming out of an intelligent branch to have an intelligent, even
That
more complex intelligent being or
But I think
organism.
those statements, you saying intelligent and Cedric saying unique, I think that's still presupposing that we are, we still doing that exceptionalism. Just
No, no,
because
no, no, no. Unique, no, unique don't mean it because other
they
things
are
are unique. Other things are unique too. We just
those
unique
are
in
unique.
a way. You know what I'm saying?
Marsupials are unique.
Do you know? Hold on.
Platypuses are unique.
Baltimore.
Hey, Patah, do you know? Did you know that we have an actual niche? Like, you know what our niche is? Our not biological niche, but our
Next,
ecological niche.
yeah, next.
Yeah.
What's
Niche.
our what's
We,
our niche?
our niche is humans are ecological engineers.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's what we are. Just
Yeah,
like same thing.
uh, and
We do it on a complex level, but we're no different than what beavers do. You know what I'm
And
saying?
that's
Certain
what
other animals that kind of, you know what I'm saying?
beavers do, ants
Engineer,
do.
yeah, ants
Yeah.
do. They engineer the ecological environment.
I would just say I don't think we're the only ones that do that.
That's what I
And
said. We're not. We're not. I said we're not. I said you hear me? You ever hear us give examples? We said ants, beavers, the other, you know, animals. But that's what we are. We're ecological engineers. It's a category. You know what I'm saying? And that's not like even that connection. Other animals that we're not even related to do that. But if you try to connect, if you try to connect all those animals based on that, that's using polyphyletic, and that's way off. That's not
I
a
just
good
still think
cladistic use.
Because those do, again, genetics change the game. We use other factors. For example, a lot of animals that were classified in the dog category, carnivore, uh, no, the canine versus the feline, now have been switched based on genetics. So now the
Yeah,
genetics put them in their ancestry lineage, and we see now the physical characteristics that are developed in certain environments based on environmental pressures, right? There's
yeah,
convergent evolution. However, this animal, based on its genetics, falls within the feline category, although it resembles more like a canine.
yeah.
So genetics has changed the game.
Hyenas. Hyenas has the niche, the same niche as wolves or dogs would, but descent wise, you know what I'm
It's, yeah,
saying, in ancestry, it's in the fetal form of
yeah,
ancestry.
yeah.
Like
well,
even with dogs, when you go into the nested hierarchies, the earliest caninids were fox-like. So
Yeah.
all dogs were foxes. In
right.
the first wolves were jackal-like. So
Mhm.
all wolves are jackals. You know what I'm saying? So you got nested hierarchies even with the dog.
Right.
He said, so he said that's false, bro. Ecologically, we're the same. Come on, bro. We're way more advanced and intellectual.
Break it down. Who that was?
Again, human exceptionalism is scale. What a beaver
Yeah,
does at his scale, humans do at our scale, what ants do at their scale. However, we fill the same ecological niche, right? We are
yeah,
one of the few animals that have subdued every ecological environment on the planet. We cannot escape being an animal. You should have
yeah.
watched yesterday's episode.
And that
One thing,
and that complexity doesn't comes out of nowhere. It took us coming out of a family or a clad of, you know what I'm saying,
those
intelligent
characteristics.
and complex social behavior, you know what I'm saying, organisms to even to have a complex, even a more complex organism to produce that. So,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying,
Now check
us
this out.
coming out of
I
the
think
family
it's
produces that, you know, so anyway, because you got to understand, he don't even understand, probably even understand primates as a whole, or even the behavior, the you know what I'm saying, the morphology and none of that. He just talking, just talking, so you got to even understand what a primate even.
He said, got you. He said, I guess he understood what whatever y'all said just now.
Okay.
Yeah,
check this out. It seems to me that the more we say complex. If you ask me, the thing that didn't have to evolve and morph into so many different things, like the alligator, or the crocodile, the alligator, the elephant, the rhinoceros, things that really have been on the planet for the whale. Well, the whale probably has changed. Certain whales
yeah, bro,
on
you
the planet,
tripping, bro. You know what
whale
the elephant,
has
you know what
evolved.
elephant related to? Patah, the elephant family has a lot of morphologies. Look up a hyrax. A
And
hyrax
whales.
is an elephant relative that look like a little guinea pig, but the bone structure got a little tusk and everything. It look like a little rodent, but it's related to the elephant. Then you got the manatee. The manatees, so the underwater creature is related to related to elephants.
Right.
Elephants, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'm just saying those particular animals who have kept their structure for so many, I guess, thousands of years or even millions of
Talking
years.
about sharks and things like turtles and things like
Right.
crocodilians. They
Yeah.
have extreme speciation, but their body plan was so fit for the ecological niche that they didn't evolve out of that.
But what I'm saying is I'm thinking they might even their plan might be stronger than an organism that had to change so many times throughout time. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. But even them, they closest like the
Well,
crocodile.
then,
Crocodile.
well, then the cockroach beats them all.
Oh, exactly. Been here
Oh yeah,
forever
yeah. Yeah, the cockroach.
and probably will be here forever.
Oh yeah.
Even like rodents. Look how many. You know what I'm saying. Look at the formation of the formation of rodents and ligamorphs. You know what I'm saying.
Mhm.
Rabbits, rodents. How many?
Rabbits, hamsters, gerbils,
Yeah.
the
Even
different types of
a rat ain't
mice
nothing but a big old.
and
Yeah,
rats. Yeah.
Yeah. Or
yeah,
those
but rat
things
ain't
that
nothing but a big old mouth. You know what I'm
like
saying? Just a big
that
mouse.
that don't come back to life. They seem like they're dead and they're under the ground, under the sand, and they don't come back to life for years until like
Oh,
water hit.
you talking about the water? They call it the water bird. The little squishy little thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
South American, some South American and African frogs can hibernate for I think up to 3 or 5 years until
Yeah.
the rainy season come back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But all right, I'm off this horn with y'all monkeys. Y'all goddamn talking all this monkey business.
Yeah, too much
But
monkey
y'all
business.
appreciate you. Hey JJ, I know you listening, man. I see you ran up out of this joint. You wasn't ready. I
You
mean,
Too emotional. Couldn't handle the
he
monkey
over
business.
he over there watching us from afar.
Yeah.
Call us monkey
in the
now.
beer, one of them white.
They're part of
You
the
start saying
Republican
food.
takeover. Because they out here calling people monkeys. They down with the president.
Yeah, he's snapping out pictures of. They put Unc on that. Unc, you still got that monkey photo?
You see?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I keep them because I
yeah,
never was mad. I always seen the monkey.
yeah.
I never not seen the monkey.
When they put us on, when Neftali, shout out to Neftali. Those were beautiful images. Putting all
No,
our
I ain't even
brothers
talking
out.
about the folly. Nope, I ain't talking about her. I had
Well,
that done to me way before then.
Oh,
yeah,
God. Oh,
T-shirt. You make a T-shirt out of that joint.
Well, yeah.
Already.
That's why I got the the logo. Community Sky. I leaned into
Right,
it with the chimp.
right.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I like the chimps. They my favorite. The chimps. And
Right.
and Tetelec. That's my favorite. Them two things right there.
What is that?
That's the fish that do push-ups.
Oh,
Tetelec.
Ah man, you overwhooping,
Tatalic.
man.
I know.
Just
I
doing
see.
push-ups and exercises out this
That's what
joint.
it's called. It's called the fish that do push-ups.
I like,
Or the
I like.
mud, the mud flipper. They call it the mud flapper too.
So it's doing
So
pull-ups too.
you know those little
No,
sacramento.
it's got the shoulders. It's
Yeah,
got the shoulders.
You got strong shoulders. Is that what you're saying?
It's got the shoulders. Though. That's what they
I
say.
think that's. I
It's
think that's a mating.
it's an amphibious fish too. It can go on the land and the water. It
You
can
know
survive.
what we're gonna do, Gullah? We're gonna do the monkey, chimpanzee wars, right? And we're gonna
Yeah,
see if we get some good clips. Anybody think chimpanzees are cuddly, nice animals, are friendly? They gonna see where we get our where our cousins, just like us, got that savage nature.
yeah.
Y'all about
That's
y'all
my
about to
next
make
project. The chimp wars. We're gonna do the chimp wars. Based on the documents. The
Yeah,
first documents that James
y'all gonna
Goodall.
be scared.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
y'all
y'all
about
gonna
to
be
make me go
scared.
back and watch that documentary, yo.
Yeah, y'all
I,
gonna be scared. We're gonna leave y'all scared. Y'all gonna be scared of chimps.
Yeah.
I
Hey, Kemp, don't look at the one on Netflix. The one on Netflix, that's in Uganda. That's different. We talking
okay.
about the original chimp wars that happened in Tanzania.
Yeah, yeah.
This was like a 3 year situation. You know what
They
I'm
Dang.
saying?
territory. Yeah.
Oh man.
You remember the documentary when the highland gorillas were warring with the lowland gorillas?
Yeah.
Trying to
Oh,
take
yeah.
over territory and stuff. Oh, that one is fun too, man. Strategic. I mean, they're planning attacks on each other. Planning
Yeah.
attacks.
Yeah.
Strategic warfare. The mountain gorillas were trying to move in to the lowland gorillas, and they established a new border.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
did.
In the lowland gorillas, I think the western lowland gorillas are big. They're like the biggest gorillas.
Yeah.
And they got that red they got that red hair on the top of their
Yeah,
head.
so the
Yeah.
Highland gorillas would
That
do
that
ambush, right? They
I
would
remember.
catch them in isolation and attack them when they're 3 and 4 against one of the Westland gorillas because they were much bigger, right? So they were
Yeah,
strategically planning their attacks.
Did,
yeah.
Something about
do y'all remember you was talking about not keeping a chimp or a monkey as y'all remember that couple that had that I think they had one chimpanzee or two chimpanzee, and one of them went ballistic and ripped the man's face off, and
with your face up.
Yeah,
bit,
yeah.
bit his
That's what I
private
was talking
part.
about earlier when I was talking about that cortisone hormone. Because it's
Yeah,
not good. It's not a good idea to have like other primates as pets because so they have the same stress hormone that we have. So if we were being subordinate, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I think it was because they had to part from it because it was getting a little too aggressive, and they put it in a like you said not a shelter but a reserve, and they went back to go visit it. And when dude went in there, I guess he was mad because where they put him, and he went nuts and
yeah.
Yeah,
attacked.
I mean,
Tried to protect
they
his
have
life.
a sense of fairness, right?
they have emotion.
Yeah, they have emotions, right? They get upset, they're happy. They can, like
Man, they can
their
suck.
level of awareness is they just can't speak our language, but they pretty much have the same level of understanding, bro.
They
They
do
like,
sign language. They can.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's
Gorillas and
not a pet.
yeah,
That's not a
yeah,
pet. That's not something you put in a cage. When a chimp gets to 15, 16 years old, his testosterone level is just the same level as your 16, 17-year-old
yeah,
kid, right?
yeah,
I'm not a kid anymore. I want to do my own shit, and you can't stop me no more. Like, and
yeah,
he has that right,
Right.
yeah.
right? But you
And
put him now in a society where he cannot function, he cannot articulate himself the same way you do. Now you got a leash around his neck. Like, no, these
yeah.
animals are too aware. You like that's abuse.
And he
Yeah, we
tend
think.
to
Yeah, we think what we call politics and all that is exclusive to humans. No, that's a primate thing. I
Yeah,
think
but
I think even what you call what humans call respect. I think respect is a primate thing because you got like when you deal with other primates, you gotta have a little respect for them. You can't treat them like a pet. You gotta respect them. Even when Jane Goodall. Like the chimps didn't bother her because they were in that natural environment. They had a reason to. But you keeping them in space, you having them subordinate. You know what I'm saying? You don't have respect dealing with these.
and she had
now,
to be
now with
accepted
Hey,
into
like, so
Jane
you
she
saying,
had
Goodall,
to be accepted into the herd, right?
yeah,
It was months, and I think it was months before she even got accepted. Because without being accepted, you just an outsider, and they would tear you to pieces, right? In their
Yeah,
natural environment. So
I think
no,
she was having sex with them, but I think also they
yeah,
used
man, don't be doing that,
I
bro.
used
Don't
I
do
think
that, bro.
her
Don't do
research.
that, bro. I
Y'all,
got a high respect for
hey,
Jane
she
Goodall.
got really close with. She had to be accepted. I remember seeing her
No,
put her
but
paw
man,
up.
please, bro, don't do that, bro. Please don't
Hey,
say that.
hey,
yeah, yeah,
real.
yeah.
I got it.
You know,
Like, I really got, you know what I'm saying? I went to school, so like, Jane Goodall even inspired me
Yeah,
to get into this type of
yeah.
subject. Please don't
You can't
disrespect.
just throw a
Yeah,
statement like
don't
that out
disrespect
there.
Jane
Eh,
Goodall,
eh,
bro.
months.
Yeah, that's not funny. That's
Not
not
being
cute.
funny,
You can't do that. No, slow down.
but I
You
think
hey,
really
also
so,
can't do that.
that research
hey,
of
somebody got
her.
some,
No.
feedback
You
coming through
need
the
to,
back.
yeah, you
She
need to slow it down,
she
bro.
was
You
very
can't do that. You need to
I,
apologize.
I,
Take that
no,
statement back.
that's been debunked, or that can be no, I stand on. I think that's just a belief.
Bro,
That's my opinion. That I'm gonna stand on
I
that
can't,
until
I
it's
can't do this
been.
nonsense.
Hey, I'm not
Yeah,
sure if
bro,
y'all,
that's crazy,
hey,
bro.
look, I'm not sure if y'all said this yet or not, but like the apes in the zoos and shit. So y'all saying like to cage them, the way they being caged in there, like over time, they you think they become a little violent, or they just kind of keep them tranquilized
Go
a little bit?
crazy. They go just like somebody being in prison, like a human being in
Yeah,
prison.
they exhibit depression in their older age. You see them physically become defeated,
They
right?
kind of
Because
look
they,
like that when you
yeah,
look at them too.
yeah,
When
they
you go to the zoo and
surrender.
you see them,
Yeah,
they kind of look like they just
Like,
like
help me.
damn.
yeah, they
Like, I,
surrender. They surrender to their faith, right? Anytime they try to rebel, these keepers are in positions to take away privileges, right? They keep them inside. They understand punishment, right? They understand these stuff. So eventually, they realize they can't hurt you, they can't escape, so they surrender. You can see the depression in especially the older ones, right? That's why
Mhm.
you look at their physical deterioration and stuff, they become depressed, bro. Like
So
they
is it
realize
even
they're
is
Like
it
yeah.
even
slavery.
right to is it
It's
even
like
right to have the zoo?
slavery. Like
No,
say the motherfucker zookeeper, you know what I'm saying? If they had a chance, they'd get that zookeeper. It's like
yeah,
slavery. It's
yeah.
like
It is
if
like
you
slavery, right? Right.
and you drop a damn gun, what the slave gonna do?
So what do you
They
a
think
lot of
about? So what do you think about? Hey, girl, I think you got a lot of feedback in. I don't know if it's a TV or something, but
no,
what do you think
It's a
about?
Gullah phone, yo.
Yeah, that I was like, where the hell is that coming from? That Gullah. But
He
what y'all
trying to
think
talk.
about like having pets, like dogs and cats and shit?
dog been
Um,
made best friend for you. I don't know.
domesticated animals, they pretty much can't survive in the natural environment anymore
Gotcha.
because of
Okay.
selective breeding, right? So you see, for example, certain chickens, they don't actually sit on their eggs anymore. So we would need to brood those eggs out because otherwise they won't sit on them. So we once you've domesticated animals to the point that they can't survive in nature anymore, that's a different discussion.
Said you
But
gotta do what, yo? What you gotta do?
Mm.
Say it again, Cedric. Something about the chickens. What you say?
I
Been
said there are certain
Chickens.
chickens that don't sit on their eggs anymore. So you would need to
made
put them in a brooder to hatch them out,
No.
Yeah, yeah.
right?
It's like
So
even
but King,
like domestic animals, even like they
Damn, hey, Cedric, I style. You jump right in.
I would say a lot of domestic animals,
Hell
even
no.
like go through a
Y'all
process of
niggas
natural
weird as
selection
hell, boy.
in our environments. Like even like dogs, like you know what I'm saying.
yeah,
Dogs became man best friend because even early on when dogs was wolves, man best friend and dogs were kind of like had competition. We hunted the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like when the competition become symbiotic, have a symbiotic
partner,
relationship.
partner. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like even too, like certain animals that grow up that develop in human environments, they might even like the animals might have developed these traits that look kind of like more like the baby traits that pass on adulthood. To kind of look, I'm trying to make them like it kind of make them adapt to look cuter to humans. Cause
yeah.
it's kind of like you know what I'm saying, like because your humans
Domestic cat,
feed them like
But
raccoons. You know what I'm
You
also,
think it's the
saying?
domestic
just
same?
cat.
You
also
think it's the
like
Yeah.
same with like goldfish and shit?
Um,
that's different.
well, yeah, goldfish again. What you see in the pet store is a selective breeding. In nature, those colors won't survive, right? You have iguanas. You in their natural environment, they're green, but Croyd down in South Florida. He has done selective breeding to the point that they are crimson, red iguanas from birth, but they won't survive in nature, right? So
Mm.
as soon as they revert back to nature, those would be gone. My birds, for example, are based on breeding them uh, domestically, but they're not domesticated. You can get colors that won't survive in the wild because these colors would be taken out immediately. Yellow,
Mm.
bright blue, they would be taken out immediately, even though these animals are naturally recessive for them. Based on evolution, natural selection, those genes would not propagate in a population.
Right.
Um,
They would
yeah.
be golf. It's just like,
So,
but you know what? It doesn't take too many. Some animals can revert back to their natural habitat pretty quickly. Like if a cat could be domesticated,
so that was going to be my next point. So, for
Yeah.
example, cats are domesticated themselves, right? Like to what Gullah was explaining, the domestication of dogs was a symbiotic process, and then we actively did that. If you look at cats' nature today, they are still pretty much wild. They tolerate humans. There are certain breeds, right? But the average house cat, that is pretty much an animal that domesticated themselves by choosing proximity to humans.
To
And
humans, yeah. Yeah.
and Tom
Even when you
got
dealing
a
with
lot of
cats,
cats
you
in
gotta have
the
a particular type of the cat gotta kind of accept you. Like even when you
Yeah,
have a cat, the cat might even be closer to a certain person in the house more than the other person.
exactly. Yeah. The same thing with my birds. My birds, because they're still they were bred in captivity, but they're essentially wild animals. They function like wild animals. My relationship with them is based on trust and one-on-one. So you cannot put your hand in the cage. Although these birds would never bite me, I can just stick my hand in the cage and grab them. That's a one-on-one relationship. They're not domestic in the sense like a dog that automatically trusts humans. Like
Hey,
no. Like,
they said you mean your dinosaurs. You got your dinosaurs in there.
yeah, my dinosaurs. Yeah, my avian
He
dinosaur.
stick his feet in there and feed them. Hey, but you know what? There's another partnership that happens too. It may not be symbiotic, but because humans sometimes are so nasty, and say they got food all around, and rats come or mice come, and
Yeah,
then the cats will come because there's a symbiotic. It's not really symbiotic, but it's like a because your environment it drew those type of animals to
yeah,
your
like in communities where have countries where have snakes. Wherever you have rats, you are going to have a high degree of snakes, right? Because the one brings the next, right? And humans, based on our food consumption, we bring rats, which bring the predators, and the predators based on the environment. You're gonna get that those are the animals people have a developed most relationship with. For
that's like
example, yeah,
lizards. Some countries and households, the lizard is just a common certain lizards are a common thing up on the wall
yeah.
in the house.
Yeah, it's like they're here in Houston.
If I would put my camera on right now in the cupboard, there are standard house geckos. Like, and it would
Yeah,
make no sense to try to get rid of them. I live in the Caribbean, right? There is no way you're gonna avoid having spiders and creepy crawlies. So you always gonna have house geckos. Like that's a standard feature
yeah.
of every
That's like
Caribbean.
that's
Echo,
like
yeah.
that's like here in Houston. We have a lot of those leopard little small what they call them little
Yeah,
like
leopard
little
geckos, yeah, yeah,
Mediterranean little things,
Salad
the little spots. And then we have a lot of what they
anoles,
call it anoles. We got a lot of anole
yeah.
lizards,
Yeah.
little
them
little
green,
camouflage lizards.
them
We got a
brown.
lot of them.
Yeah, yeah. We got those in here down here too on the East Coast. Certain periods. I hadn't seen none lately. I think it was when it's hot. I think they come out. Yeah. What happened?
I ain't never had. I'm listening to y'all niggas. Wait the hell, dude. Y'all went to I don't know what the
I
hell.
thought, I thought everybody got. You know how sometimes you get knocked off.
Oh,
Yeah,
you don't
we
know.
was gonna let you on in the show, Pata.
Oh, yeah, but
Yeah,
Everybody,
dude, but since Black Egypt lost the conversation, man, appreciate y'all. Since they just indigenous Africans, I understand
Yeah.
the social
Kevin,
construct now. Hey, man.
Hey, but it,
I like to
but
bring it
it
back to
is,
the
but
hey,
you know, I would
I'm on
say,
that. I'm on that. Jerusalem and Hebrews was in Africa, down in the South Africa, and
What? Oh,
and
shit.
it's
Man.
coming. It's coming.
You don't know
yeah,
what, yo?
Oh man.
I'm just listening to some of this Hebrew information that they talking about, and the Africans have picked up on it too.
What?
On the that
Dumbass shit. That's
that
your man doing
they
that. I
they
caught him slipping. What's his
they take
name?
Ronald Dalton. They
Yeah, I
taking
beat the shit out of him, yo. You see that?
you
pseudo,
have my
Hey,
magazine
Oh
out.
my God.
flaming pseudo.
He was unprepared, yo. He just wasn't, he
Hebrews
didn't
and
know what hit
Hebrew.
him. He started saying, yo, pay $100, be on my website, you can learn. I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here.
hey, y'all don't forget we got this junk coming up tomorrow, man.
Yes,
mapping
sir.
the universe, the
Yeah.
galactic
Yeah.
cartography, and then we dealing with some pseudoisms that's been going
E
on
for
recently.
E for the pseudo.
We going back to the
Yeah.
moon.
E for the pseudo for sure.
Did we ever go to the moon?
Even say rocks equals your telescope.
Man, he's stupid.
Even
Pseudo.
say you see the biggest rock, the one they put on the left, that's James Webb.
Let me see
Y'all
if I
going
got
back
it.
to Sirius B?
Huh?
Oh,
You said we what?
y'all going back to Sirius C or Sirius B? Otolo.
No, it ties again in line with everything that we've been doing as of late. Language is a problem. You have those that are attempting to weaponize science, and then they hit you with a boom bam 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 boom bam bam. So things like haplogroups, which are statistical indicators of changes in allele frequency, to indicate movement, migration. So we're just doing anthropology. This has now become a weapon in trying to determine race.
It's all Bantu. It's all Bantu.
Yeah. And you know too, like even in animals, like a lot of people like try to equivalent haplogroups with the humans. You can break haplogroups even down in other primates too.
The
You know what
monkey
I'm
is
saying?
Bantu.
Or even in dogs, you know what I'm saying? Other mammals. You wild, bro.
Website, Jungle Monkey.
He came from
Website.
the E clay too. He's an E monkey. There he is.
See, that's why we know we are monkeys, because that's the E1, B1, C1, F1, D1. Like, yeah,
All that.
so we're slowing all the conversation down. It's been a long time since we've heard. It's only a theory. So I think pretty much we've started to solidify after many years what a scientific theory is. Now we can start to deal with some more of these pseudo.
Solidified. So it's no longer a theory; it's a fact, right?
No, a scientific theory collect and organize all the scientific facts. Those scientific facts are
Who the hell is that right there, yo? Who is that,
The
yo?
website?
They gotta be authentic,
That's the real
That's
atheist.
who?
The website?
That's Akbar, the real ace, the
Hey,
anti.
Man, put him on the screen, man. Put Akbar on the screen, yo. Go ahead, Kent.
Yeah, that's your thumbnail.
You don't know how to put him on the screen,
He
Kent?
on the screen.
Nah, put him on the screen, nigga. You can just
The big
click his thing. Click his thing, man. Come on, man. Hover over his thing.
Yeah, he was on the big
Still on the big screen.
No, he not.
YouTube. If you was looking at YouTube.
You on the big screen, nigga. I see you. He ain't on there, man.
He's on there.
Oh, y'all niggas scam.
He's on there.
I do the fool. That's hilarious. Y'all crazy.
Shalom boy got the tank in the cut. I'm in social world plotting on the kick though with Kent. Come and Tiffany gave me the pseudo names on the list and said went and got the low. Anthony got him in the scope. Gullah and Gozy make sure DNA ain't a problem for them folks. Cause a pseudo gon' die, they saw a pseudo killer. I'm a pseudo killer, intellectual sunslang. I'm a pseudo killer, intellectual sunslang. I'm a pseudo killer, intellectual sunslang. Pseudo gon' die, they saw a pseudo killer. I'm a pseudo killer, intellectual sunslang. I'm a pseudo killer, intellectual sunslang. I'm a pseudo killer, intellectual sunslang.
We're not attacking individuals. We're attacking the information and attacking the methodology. This is long time coming right here. Let them know that we right there.